Is Nyamgul Agaji, and this is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This Monday, the 16th day of March 2026. That's a wonderful Monday morning. And as usual, we'll go to the papers, bring you the headlines, and then ask you for your input so that we can take our country to where we want it to be. But we, as usual, are going to kickstart this program by joining Rufai Oseni to tell us what he thinks about the headlines this morning. Good morning, Rufai, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Rolf. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start from outside the country. Iran is talking tough and warning every country around never to, be involved in this war as they continue their onslaught on all the interests of America and others around them.
So that's the strategy. That's why you see that they were doing attacks on Dubai airports, the GCC countries. That's the strategy. Because what Iran is trying to do is to fight a war of attrition. America is fighting a war of attrition. In fact, Aragachi, the Iranian foreign minister, was talking about the fact that they committed ecocide recently when they bombed the refinery plant in Iran and the fuels were everywhere. So Aragachi seems to be more relaxed. When he was asked, I think they were able to confirm that the Americans are trying to talk to them. But now, the Iranians are the ones setting the pace and saying, no, we don't just want peace talks. We want peace talks in such a way that you will not be able to come up and unilaterally strike us again. On the home front, America is losing the war as regards the media war. All the right-wing activists are calling out America for going into a war, for Netanyahu pushing America into a war. In fact, they are saying the president is not doing American first. The likes of Nick Fuentes, Candice Owens, these are right-wing media personnel. They are all against America. In fact, the FCC was saying the other day that they will withdraw broadcast licenses of a lot of them. In fact, Tucker Carlson had to come out recently to say that the CIA was trying to track him down and said he spoke to some foreign agents and all of that. So on the battlefield, on the media battlefield locally, America is losing. Like I said before, Trump will have pulled out long ago, and international oil prices are now abating over 100. Brent this morning is $106 per barrel. A lot of the countries are bringing out their reserves. Japan, has brought out his reserves, strategic reserves, I think over 100 million barrels and all of that. Like I said recently, after the killing of Ayatollah, Trump will have jejely, like they say in Nigerian palace, declared victory and just walked away. But now he has extended the war. They are bleeding costs. The first 6 days was said 11 billion. By today it'll have been more than day 16, it'll have been more than that. Servicemen killed. It was not a war that was necessary. They were still on the conversation table. And it has now become obvious that it was just the same lie they told in Iraq, and there were weapons of mass destruction. The Khamenei that they killed passed a fatwa against providing nuclear weapons. Iran didn't have nuclear weapons there. So it was just a pretext to get in. And it's a sad one, what America has done. We would like to see the import of this during the midterms.
And now he is asking allies to help and open the Hormuz Canal or something.
So this is where he's also failing, the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes.
As yesterday, Aragachi, I think, was speaking on a platform. And Aragachi, when they asked him, can you confirm that you've actually been talking to some countries and you've been doing deals on opening the Strait of Hormuz for them, he confirmed. He said he doesn't want to confirm verbally, but there have been reports that he's been talking to some European countries and they are doing this and they're allowing them to pass the Strait of Hormuz with Iran say so. So all these, J.B. Trump tweeted some weeks ago that, or some days ago, that he was going to get escort ships to follow people through the Strait of Hormuz. The people still pass the Strait of Hormuz, so they have to go deal with Iran directly. So on all fronts, on the media front and all of that, he's shown that the war was of no need. And there's bad face for him everywhere. In fact, he's trying so hard to cover his face.
So will this tip the balance of power after this?
No, it's not going to tip the balance of power. is just going to make America look funny and mediocre. In fact, like America has started to look funny and mediocre, because a lot of the right-wing activists are now saying that it is Israel that is pushing and controlling America. That they voted America first. This was the same Trump that in 2008 he was berating Nancy Pelosi that why didn't she push against President Bush for lying and going into a war. The videos are everywhere. But today he has done the same thing. Israel has pushed him. A lot of the American are not pushing against IPA. In fact, for people like Nick Fuentes, see, Nick Fuentes is so rabid that his content is so hardline and nationalistic that they don't allow him on YouTube. When I want to watch it, because I have to map everything in media, I watch him on Rumble, right-wing platforms. Nick Fuentes, for the first time, was asking Americans, vote Democrats, don't vote Republicans, because we can't trust Trump and MAGA. That's how bad things have become. That's how bad things. So he just exacerbates that conversation. You know, he's panicking on the. I would quickly advise Trump, declare victory, because nobody wants to look bad. Declare victory and keep it moving. It was a sore one for America in this one. Very, very ill thought out decision. You know what the Economist wrote as an editorial? You know the Economist magazine? You know what they wrote? They said a war without strategy. He went into a war without plan, and it's obvious.
Okay.
And now your allies, the GCC allies of Trump and America, are going to be looking at this man doesn't care about us, because if war starts again in the Middle East, we are the ones bearing the brunt. So Iran has just opened them up and shown how open they are. Look at the countries suffering it and all of that. Dubai, Bahrain, Oman, you know, the GCC nation.
Okay, well, because of that war now, there are calls for some relief policies in Nigeria, and maybe in response to that, the president is saying that they should distribute rice all over the country. And it is not going to be done by a contractor or a government agency. It's going to be done by a support group for the president. Is he listening to the people, or is just a campaign strategy now?
Yeah, well, this is campaign. It's just a normal campaign. Just like they started doing the other day in evening. But the question is, as campaign officially opened, I don't know. So it's just campaign. That's not just me ourselves. But I support when Lagos says, give work awards and things like that for the people, because it's really tough for a lot of people. The question you ask the government is, can they say they have and they do conditional cash transfer? Where are the people they are doing the cash transfer for? Can they increase the register?
Interesting. Okay, but the president is about to visit the UK and is so much talked about. Now there is news that there is a particular company that is trying to blackmail the president on his visit to the UK.
No, it's not a blackmail of some sort. They just want to state their plight.
Okay.
They had a back and forth with the Ministry of Solid Minerals. As regards licensing issues, Ministry of Solid Minerals claimed that they didn't pay their licensing and all of that. They are claiming otherwise. The president is coming to their country. They want to do a deal and put them there on the front border. So it's also called lobbying. So they are trying to lobby to say, we did here, make them not forget us, so make the finger of England help us talk our own as we do this one. It's just international something. So I like it calling it blackmail, but it's just the way the game is played internationally. In the 80s, when Nigeria had the same kind of visits, I think it was one type of Babangida. There's some UK companies that they trying to sell arms to Nigeria. They strategically positioned themselves, and when Babangida came, they accepted the arms deal. So everybody's for their own pocket business here.
Okay. President just had a meeting, I think yesterday, with the Sultan of Sokoto. Even though it was not disclosed, what are the things you think were discussed there or should have been discussed there?
peace, security, religious cohesion, national development, probably the elections the next year, because now President Tinubu has all the governors he wants to have. Don't forget that they are saying Bala Mohammed will be going into the fray today. In fact, they said they negotiated a deal, and the deal is that they are going to give him 60% of his structure. So he's going to get 60% of the structure in Bauchi State, and he's been able to negotiate and get his way out. So it's just going to be normal, national development, political structuring talk, and all of that. But for me, you see, Yangon, I will keep telling the opposition the truth. You see, all the things I said about the ADC now is beginning to come into use. Do you know that a faction of the ADC has fixed their convention for the 4th of April? The main ADC, the Atiku people and the they fixed their own for, I think, about the 10th or something. You know what that will bring? That will be legal challenge. That's why I keep asking, what is the ADC doing to tidy up their area? Yes, I know, but I'm not going to argue with you that government should have talent in all of this. But the question is, what are they also doing to guard their flanks? I don't know if you get my point. What are they doing to guard their flanks? I'm not saying the government should might be innocent of all of this, because all of a sudden, now we are seeing the likes of Nafiu Gumbi faction going to court, winning in some court cases on jurisdiction and all of that, the mark and all of that. So what are they doing on that? Because I think the way they are going is this government is just going to try to frustrate any opposition from coming out. And that's why the Nigerians will be aware. When they want to do it, they want a sole candidate on the ballot, maybe the what's it called? The ruling party. They don't want any contest. Now they'll be able to succeed with the PDP. They'll be able to break the PDP's back. So they don't want another political party to be able to succeed. And that's why all of these chemistry are going on. If that any party that produce a candidate will produce a candidate of savings to them. And these are people like Bala Mohammed has got. So you are going to see the dynamics. So let the opposition just open their eyes. And they'll be able to shut them in. Normally they will have used other platforms where they will use other buffers. They will look for other political parties. If it doesn't favor them, they will move to another party. But now that's why everybody going to make the electoral law in such a way that you can't move, and even if you move, there will be a penalty, 10 million, and you might probably even do jail term. And they will enforce it. Example, look at the case of Abaribe. Now they don't want Abaribe to move. But when people were decamping to the APC, they had no problems with that. In fact, the rural political party, ADP, Yabada Sani, wrote a letter to the Senate accusing the Senate of double standard, saying that there's one of their senators too that left the ADP. There was no division in their party, but the APC-led Senate accepted that senator. They didn't talk that time, but now Abaribe is going, they are trying to push around and make it an issue. So it's just a way to be able to frustrate them, and that's why people must be at alert at this point. And you see, that's why furthermore, after the fact that we challenge, about people's certificate and forgery in the last election petition, now they are going to remove that part as part of the law, so that yes, you will only leave it to the primaries. The question we should ask them is, do they think we are dumb, Yango? Do they think we are dumb? The same primaries that couldn't discover discrepancies in what was presented by presidential candidates in his own political party that finally became an issue at the electoral petition. Do you think it is that same political party that will discover the discrepancies? You see, these people think we are foolish in this one. They think we are idiots, Yango.
But short of carrying arms, I don't really know what we will do because in Cross State, for instance, now APC was about to have some kind of meeting.
They went to disrupt it.
Yes. The same complaint came from Kaduna or Kano State, where Kwankwasiya was being.
Well, Yango, what are you saying? Look at Rose Bible here. I interviewed Rose Bible on VOP on my Sunday show, Yango, when they went to disrupt ADC's gathering in Lagos here. In fact, I even tried to bring the ADC chairman to come and tell you the experiences. So that's why I say they should brace up at a lot. You see, Yango, my problem with them is rather than even try to build a party and have a solid front consensus. You see, the likes of Obi, Amaechi, Atiku, they are all wrangling for who will get that presidential tickets. So that's their priority. So a lot of them are not putting into the party. That's my problem with them. At least now, maybe, just maybe, the fact that they made this law that once you leave, you can't move. Once you don't get it, you can't move to another political. Maybe it will force all of them to work together, even after the party primaries. So that's just my point with them. So these senators want to make, and these lawmakers want to make the law. And when they keep saying it was collected by the House, no, we know it was an APC that made the law because we saw senators stage the walkout, lawmakers stage the walkout. That it was, they were calling APC only. And this was what they were talking about. So it was the APC-led House that made this law to favor themselves. And I keep asking, what's the essence? You say, the matter of certificate fraud should just be left to the party alone. If nobody challenges it during the party primaries, then don't bring this for electoral position. Because they know nobody will challenge it during the party primaries. Didn't APC do screening for some people? Did they detect anything about certificate fraud? Is it not when we got to the election petition that we started detecting things that the school they went to didn't expressly come out to say anything of fraud happened, but said what they presented does not look like what they will normally give them in the school? The school didn't come out to expressly say fraud, though. But Weinsberg, in the deposition, said when he looked at it, with something they presented as a certificate, he said, although it's not academic, so they don't have academic records of it, but what they presented is not in line with what that school would normally give at that year. And when they asked him, okay, he couldn't provide academic records because he said normally their certificates are their diplomas are normally ceremonial. That's so they might not have a companion on the record of it. So these things we should be wary of in our democracy, young girl. We can't build a democracy.
Well, we're fighting in the political sphere. There's political insecurity, and then we also have the other insecurity, which is making even the FCT residents to leave their homes as we speak right now because there was
yes.
And it's unfortunate.
Oh yes, it's obvious that this government has level of security has failed totally. There's no way you're going to rationalize it. It's been a total failure. It's been a total failure. Total failure. We can't nip it in the board. We can't nip insecurity in the board. We can't bring parity to the lives of the people. Is that what you're talking about, Yango? Yango, let me tell you other 3 incidents that happened this weekend. Yango, they saw bandits around Akure Airport.
Yeah.
Yango, 20 people ambushed, plateau. Right? And this one about Abuja you're talking about. Bandits around the Abuja Airport. Around Akure Airport. Yango, just imagine the case scenario. If those ones have RPGs and they're stationed around the airport and they target planes. Yeah. Those are the things we should fix. So.
Well, will they fix it or they're using it? That's the question.
That's why your voting matters. Go ahead and vote your choice. Elections are a referendum of performance.
And our people should know that belonging to a party doesn't necessarily mean that Okay, a party having a large number of people doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to have the votes, because there are people
Yes,
who do
now.
not belong to a party and they will vote on that day if we agree to come out and vote. Well, we'll
You
keep.
see, let me tell you something. I've done the analysis. It is Nigerians that make it easy for corrupt politicians to win by not coming out to vote. The last electoral register was 90 million. Out of the 90 million, about close to 30 million decided the presidential election. If the rest, if just 20 million more came out and said we're going a certain way, there was no way they were going to rig it. The way rigging happens is because people don't come out en masse to vote. If 20 million more came out and said, no, this is our position, this is where we are going, there was no way rigging was going to happen. So, because people just sat at home and they were apathy, it also opened the doors for these people. And they've come to realize it. That's why they use things like violence, they threaten you. That's why they always have talks ready. Have you ever wondered why a party that claims they have 32, 33 governors now are still afraid of a gathering of an opposition in Bakassi? It is still scattering opposition. So you should know that they are afraid. If you can't see through the fear that is being exhibited and you see that you don't want to vote, you are losing. You are losing. Because we should have a common ground for everybody to play in. We should have a common ground for everybody. Despite the fact that over 30-something governors, the APC members want to change the electoral laws to suit them, because these electoral laws also look like something that was written to suit particular narratives. Anything that will make us win and win alone. And that's why you see that they can't even defend. Look at the case of Leader Baby. There are people that come to their political party. It's so easy. The leader wants to go, they say no. He starts to lock us. So if you can't capitalize on this to come out of this, then the joke is on you. The best people can do in the media is to tell you to come out and vote. I'm not saying vote party A or vote party B. Vote your choice. Ask yourself questions. Has this benefited your life? Are these met promises? Is your life better now than it was before? So that you can reach your votes.
In a country with 3,900 camps, and 3.726 million Nigerians displaced. And we're still talking about, a government and clapping, applauding them for the things we are seeing are going wrong. It's just, it beats me hollow, as James Hadley would say. James Hadley Chase, rather. Well, Rufai, let me let you go this morning. Thank you very much for your time. We hope to reconnect tomorrow with you.
Bless you, Uncle.
Thank you. Well, Nigeria, oh my Nigeria. We're still here. It's the voice of the people, 90.3 FM, and this is the front page review. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. Let's look at some more headlines before we open the lines for you. We're hoping that Dr. Anosike will be joining us this morning to talk about some of the headlines as well, before we actually open those lines for you to talk and air your views. The goal is to build Nigeria. And as a person, my goal is Nigeria no go spoil for my hand. Nigeria no go spoil for our hand. And to achieve that, we have to be outspoken when we need to be. We have to not sit on the fence and say nothing concerns me, because whether you vote or you don't vote, you are still voting. Whether you go out to vote or you don't vote, you are still voting. There is no quorum in election, none. So if 200 million Nigerians, all of them, register and are eligible to vote, and only 10 people go out to vote, so long as there was a voting, they will count that one. So you staying at home, you have still voted by not going out. You voted for that person that will just win it, and then come back to shame you and say we won with a landslide victory. We had a landslide victory. We had a whatever name they want to use. It will be a mockery on you if it is because you didn't do your work that happened. So make sure you never say, I'm tired of this Nigeria, self. I'm going away. If I have the opportunity, my children will not grow here. This, that. Things don't always happen the way you plan them. What if this is the country, the only country you find and the only country you can ever be, like some of us? So do your own part and then leave the rest to God. On the Punch newspaper this morning, we have headlines like U.S.-Iran war, petrol price surge, sparks relief calls. A lot of bodies are calling for the government to have some kind of policies that will bring relief to the people. Tinubu orders nationwide rice distribution for Ramadan, and this is going to be carried out by Renewed Hope Ambassadors, a political support group of President Bola Tinubu. They have the directives from the president to distribute rice nationwide to support citizens observing Ramadan and Lenten fast. And the rice normally will have the picture of the president, and like I saw in a viral video the other day, someone carrying a bag of rice and promising that all her generations are going to vote for Tinubu, whether he's on the ballot or not. They are going to vote for Tinubu for one bag of rice. That's what is going to happen. A lot of people do not even know that, like I said, it's like someone boiling a yam for you to eat because the sauce is good at that moment. You eat the yam, forgetting that you are the owner of the yam ban. The entire yam ban that has about maybe 5,000 yams belongs to you. But someone removes one yam, boils for you, gives you a very beautiful sauce, and you eat it at that point and forfeit the entire ban. That's what happens when you collect this rice and think that because of the rice, you should lose your rights. Okay, Togo moves to increase electricity imports from Nigeria. Togo wants to have more electricity from Nigeria. That is a headline there. We also have Middle East war. Japan begins release of strategic oil reserves. Countries that have oil reserves are releasing. We are releasing rice. Countries are releasing fuel. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. On the Vanguard newspaper, we have displaced 3.726 million Nigerians now in 3,900 camps over insecurity. Okay, so someone is also suggesting here that if Atiku, Obi, and Amaechi work together, Tinubu will lose. If Atiku contest with Obi or Amaechi, that's what Momodu is saying. Well, let's move from there because we will soon be joined by Dr. Anosike to analyze some of this one. How Nigerians are struggling to feed their families this Ramadan. Okay, fuel price hike, labor seeks tax relief, and residents flee as bandits threaten attack on FCT communities. There's so many headlines here this morning. We may just leave it here and join Dr. Anosike to be talking to us, or to talk to us about what he feels about the headlines. Very good morning to you, Dr. Anosike. We're so glad that you are here this morning. Let's talk about what is happening. But let's start with one headline here. Togo moves to increase electricity imports from Nigeria. Nigeria has a production capacity of about 11,000. We are only able to produce or distribute about 4,000 megawatts, even when South Africa has more than 200,000 gigawatts of electricity, a smaller country than Nigeria and all that, but we are trying to export more. The meeting has been held, and I'm sure that agreements have been signed, and they will distribute this power to them. They need about 75 megawatts or so.
75 megawatts.
Yeah, Togo needs that again to add to what they have in their
Well,
country from Nigeria.
this is a case of somebody who is starving, understand, and dashing others food. That's exactly because even what Nigeria needs to have a stable power supply is 20,000 megawatts. What we need to have a steady power supply in Nigeria is 20,000 megawatts. Now, what we have is just 4,000 megawatts. Why Lagos State and Ru need 3,000 megawatts that to have steady power supply? So when Lagos State take a 3,000 megawatts, remains 1,000 for the remaining 35 states. You see it. So this shows you that this government is not serious. I have been saying it, that Tinubu is treating Nigerians as customers and not as citizens. And what do you do with customers? You make profit from them. So what Tinubu has been doing is making profit from Nigerians and not giving us anything back. You don't even have enough. You are signing agreement to export. Most Nigerians are living in darkness.
Yeah.
Most Nigerians are living in darkness, and you are signing agreement to start exporting what you don't even have. So that shows you Tinubu is treating us like customers and not as citizens.
Okay, well, because of this, what the Nigerians are suffering at the moment, the labor movement, labor union, is seeking tax relief and some other relief for themselves. Is this what they should be fighting, or do you expect them to fight a more holistic war on the suffering of Nigerians?
Well, when the president has removed himself from the national grid, understand? He has removed himself. So whether you have electricity or you don't have, it doesn't concern him. That is selfishness. So the labor movement also are towing the line of the president by also trying to be selfish. But the truth is that two wrongs does not make a right. As a leader, you are supposed to have empathy. And empathy simply means being able to feel what your people are feeling. You cannot be feasting while your people are fasting, and you call yourself you are a leader of your people. Understand? That is why even after staying for 3 years with the Jewish soldiers, they don't know Jesus. Because Jesus dresses the same way like his apostles. They do everything together. That's why they don't know him. They have that to pay somebody else to come and identify this man. Understand? Come and show us this man. And Judas told them, the one I kiss, arrest him. That is Jesus. That shows you who a leader is. A leader identifies with his people. A leader feels what his people are feeling. A leader don't separate himself from the people. Understand me? And by separating himself from the national, from what other Nigerians are using, Tinubu has shown that he is not a leader of Nigerians. Understand? So the same way, this labor union also want a kind of their own welfare instead of the welfare of the other people, which is not right. I have always said what labor unions should be asking is what will benefit most Nigerians, and not a salary increment. Understand? Because salary increment punishes other people. The percentage of Nigerians that are under the standard of government is not up to 10%. And when salary is increased, the market woman in Oyimbo will increase the price of his own price of her own products. The salary has been increased. Meanwhile, over 90% are not on the salary of the federal government or the state, which means they are being punished. So I said, what they should be asking, just like now, the headquarters of IMF is in New York, and in New York there's subsidy for there's electricity subsidy for no income earners. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So what they should be asking is a subsidy that will benefit most Nigerians, not what will favor you, because you're not even up to 5% of the population of the country. Understand? And when you ask of salary increase and you get it, those that employ themselves, they are going to suffer, because the transport workers will increase the transport fare. Market women will increase the price of what they are sending, which means suffering those who did not even benefit from what you benefit. So, but everybody toes the line of the president. Once the president is being selfish, other people will want to be selfish. If the president is being selfless, other people will want to be selfless. But for me, the best system of governance is people over profit. But what AP's government has been practicing is profit over people. That's why I said that Tinubu is seeing us as customers and not as citizens, because what he is practicing is profit over people. That's why we don't have electricity. He wants to export to Togo.
Now, I don't know whether it's a different definition of democracy that we're having, or governance that we're having in Nigeria, or something. For instance, over the weekend, I saw a headline which says that former Abia governors unite, new committee launched to rescue state's future, to rescue Abia. And this, they were calling it a historic move. The political heavyweights have joined forces to chart a bold new course for the Abia state. A technical committee packed with former legislators and top aides from the administrations of Ojozo Kalu, Thiozo Oji, and Okeze Ikpazu has been inaugurated in Umuahia, tasked with drafting a blueprint to reposition Abia for prosperity. Now, these are people that were in government, and Abia was the way it was. And suddenly they are constituting a committee in the time that so many people feel that Abia is working, to chart a new course for the future of Abia, because they say that this Abia is not working the way it should.
This shows you that these are a bunch of wicked men. Understand me? What Oji Ozokano, what Theodoji, what Okese Ikpazu couldn't do in 24 years, Oti has done it in 2 years. I want to repeat. What Oji Ozokano, what Theodoji, what Okese Ikpazu couldn't do in 24 years, and next, Oti has done it in 2 years. I am from Abia. Go to Umuahia now. If you have left Umuahia 5 years ago, if you go there, you will begin to ask, what road is this? What road is this? Aba was worse than Gaza Street when Theodoji and Oji Ozokando were there. But today, everybody is enjoying Abia. So this shows you that these are evil men who doesn't want progress. These are evil men who doesn't want the progress of Abia. I wonder where the part of Umuahia that they start and do that thing. If I'm there, they should have been stoned. All of them should have been stoned. All of them, as for 24 years, people were denying coming from Abia. For 24 years, all the news that are coming from Abia are bad news. But today, I am proud to say that I am from Abia State because of what Anexoti is doing. I say what Theodoji, Ojo Zakando,
Okay, sir.
Okay, couldn't do in 24 years. This man had done it in 2 years. Okay, Ikpeazu was celebrating the coming of fast food to Abba.
He's the one who gave 500 naira empowerment to...
Empowerment. Yeah, those guys should die in jail. Those guys should spend the rest of their life in prison.
But what do you say about the fact that Alex Oti made a move to work on the abandoned Ikodekbene Umuahia road, and it was now that the federal government that seemed to have abandoned the road just woke up and said, okay, it is an ongoing project, and they're trying to scuttle it so that he cannot count it among his projects.
That shows you why Nigeria cannot develop. They politicize everything. Understand me? They politicize everything. What Nigerians need is good road. The governor or the president that build the road is not important. Understand me? What we need is good hospitals. The governor or the president that made it possible is not important. But they want to say, no, this is not an XOT that build this. And mind you, those who were in Lagos in 2003, Tinubu was putting signboard everywhere. Bear with us, this is federal road. Bear with us, this is federal road. That, understand? That is a kind of saying, this is not my problem. It is federal government problem. So I want an XOT to also begin to show people which one is state road, which one is federal road. Understand me? So that people should know when they talk. People should know when Umuahia Ekotepenu road is what you can do under 45 50 minutes. But today, because of the state, it takes you more than 3 hours. And this man feel this is not right. Let me do it. Federal government now remember the road that they have abandoned many years ago. Understand? And now saying this is an ongoing project. Remove your hand.
That road is quite short. I've passed that road several times, and if it is done, the economy of that place will improve drastically, because it will take like 30 minutes. You are in Abia.
That's anywhere good road passes, development comes. Anywhere good road passes, development comes. The land will appreciate, understand? People will start doing business in those areas. But like I told you, these people, everything is politics. Everything is politics. So the people that you mentioned are failed, disgraced governors. Understand? Theodoji was in prison when his result was announced. We all know this. Oji Kano was in Kuje prison. Does a good person go to prison?
Okay, but now Soludo says there's security in Anambra and people should go back to the markets and all that. I think he's going to be inaugurated for his second term today. And
no,
the headline,
tomorrow.
Sorry. And the headline is saying security beefed up in Anambra ahead of Governor Soludo's inauguration for second term. Let's first of all just look at his first term. How can you rate his performance?
Well, Soludo is somebody who talks more than he do. Understand? He talks more than he do, and he feels he knows more than every other person because he's a professor. So he feels that he knows more than every other person. For me, I don't do hypocrisy. Understand? I work hard. I don't ask for favors. I'm not looking for empowerment or appointment from anybody. So I say it as it is. Understand? what I can give credit to Soludo is one, Onitsha market. Before now, it was like a madhouse. Understand? Onitsha market used to be the pride of Southeasterners, Eastern Nigeria. When we talk of economic hub,
Yeah.
Abia, I mean Aba, Ariaria, and the Onitsha market comes to mind. But over the years, it become like a madhouse. But today, Soludo has sanitized it. Understand? They were just building shops everywhere. You cannot even bring your car inside. Understand? But today, he has sanitized it. So for that, I give him credit. He did well. But what I don't like about him is the hypocrisy. Understand? What I don't like Soludo is the hypocrisy. Yesterday, he was in the church saying that he will have resigned as a governor. That he will have resigned as a governor if not for the prayers of his wife and the other stakeholders. This is what he was saying in the church yesterday. That he will have resigned as a governor. Understand? But this is what he has been pursuing since 2007. Understand? Do you know why Soludo is working against P2B? Because P2B denied him governorship in 2013. He was in the P2B's economic team. So his mindset was that P2B will hand over to him. But Soludo is from South. I got to understand. Then P2B saying no. Mbadiniju is from the same South. Understand? Ngige is from Central, where P2B come from. But the North had not tested power. So that was how Obiano became governor. Understand? That's a power rotating among the three geopolitical zones as is being done in the other parts of the country, in the other states. Yeah. Know that you are from the South. The fourth governor was from the South. Understand? Ngige is from Central. He himself is from Central. Understand? There's no way power should go back to the South again. Let it go to the North. And Obiano became the governor. Since that day to today, Soludo has not forgiven P2B for not allowing him to become a governor in 2013. That's why he has been doing everything to discredit P2B. But what he doesn't know is P2B is an ego. Whatever you throw at him, he shines more. Understand me? Whatever you throw at him, he shines more. Now, talking of his achievement, Obia not build a this thing in Oka, fly overs in Oka. Understand? One is at Amobia. The other one is at Quata. Then the other one at Aroma. All these flyovers are like cabin biscuits, cracking on a daily basis. But Soludo have never condemned what Obiano did in Anambra. Understand? Soludo have never condemned what Obiano did in Anambra. P2B left 75 billion for Obiano. Obiano left Anambra in debt. Do you understand me? Obiano inherited credit from P2B. Soludo inherited debt from Obiano. But the only person that Soludo is condemning is P2B. Why? Because he said that it's not the turn of the South to become governor. Understand? So then his own signature project, understand, Ekunobia flyover. which he has been boasting. When they did their soft opening, that Ekunobia flyover was a death trap. Accident was happening there on a daily basis. Accident was happening there on a daily basis. Then he has to hurriedly shut that his so-called signature project. So Ndudo say he used 14 billion to build a government house. 14 billion naira to build government house.
He tried now. Did NNPC not change their name with 5 billion?
No, NNPC put L with a 2.8 billion. So he said he used he used 14 billion to build government house. And he promised Anambra people that he's going to build a 5-star Marriott hotel. But for the past 4 years, it's just binding that have been done. Understand?
So if he didn't win the second term now,
it would have been an abandoned property.
Which might still be anyway. It might still be anyway.
So
he finished it.
So I say it's only binding for 4 years. But this man talks down on everybody, insults everybody as if it's only him that went to school. Understand me? He talks down on everybody as if it's only him that went to school. So the issue is this: since the end of the Civil War, you can hate me if you want. I don't even care. Since the end of the Civil War, Southeast has had two governors, Sam Mbakwe and Peter Obi. Understand me? Southeast has had 2 governors since the end of the Civil War, Sam Mbakwe of Imo State and Peter Obi of Anambra State. Nobody has scratched their record. The only person that is warming up now is Anexoti. Others are failures. Understand me? Others are failures. Understand? I'm not from Anambra, I'm not from Imo.
What are the parameters?
And that's being objective.
What are the parameters you're using to say someone is a failure or a success? Some people say Umahi, when he was a PDP person anyway, in Ebonyi State did well. So that's what some people say. And some other people might argue that some other governors also did well. So what are your own parameters?
Excuse me. A German philosopher in the person of Jerry Bentham said that the purpose of government is the happiness of the greater number of people in the society.
There's a governor who created a Ministry of Happiness.
Were his people happy? Understand me? Were his people happy?
I don't know.
Understand me? So now somebody telling you that the GDP is increasing and you are hungry. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? If a government tells you that our foreign reserve is increasing, why people are going to bed without food, it does not make sense. So government is about the welfare and the well-being of the people. Government is about the security of the people. And whoever is not doing it is not governing. Government is not about making speeches. It's not about issuing statements. And people, achievers, don't even make noise. Achievers don't even make noise. Understand? And if you see P2B doesn't make noise. When Mbakwe was a governor, he never made noise.
Jakonde never made noise.
So
he never named anything after himself.
Understand me?
It's people that began to name Jakonde Estate here, Jakonde.
So for me,
and that.
Sonudo's signature project, the Ekunobia flyover, was a disaster. It was a disaster. Understand? So the issue because he comes and just be talk. And again, he said that his wife doesn't like politics. That's the hypocrites that I'm talking about. He said that his wife doesn't like politics. Do you know the title of his wife? Senate Fitz.
Senate Fitz.
Senate Fitz. In Igbo, it's called Senate Kwesiri. That this woman is supposed to be in the Senate.
Oh, that's a title.
That's the title of Soludo's wife. Go and ask. Go and ask. And yet, she doesn't like politics. Her daughter is the woman leader of City Boys movement. You see it? And all these are gang up against P2B. These are all gang up against P2B. But at the end of the day, good will triumph over evil. Every medicine has its own expiry date. Both what they are doing in Abia State, what they are doing in Ebonyi State, what they are doing in Imo State, what they are doing in Anambra State against P2B, every medicine has expiry date. And even if P2B did not rule Nigeria, they cannot scratch his record. In the next 50 years, people will still be rating P2B over all of them.
Interesting. Okay, so let's just use it like a minute or two, talk about your books, and so that we can encourage people to go back to reading.
Well,
this generation doesn't read much anyway.
Because of social media is affecting a lot of things.
If we had social media when we were going to school, or not social media, in the internet when we were going to school, I wonder how much of research we would have used that to do.
Who have been smarter, wiser.
Because I know how you would go to a library to get a book, to locate a book was a problem, but you will endure and everything. You do your research. Sometimes you have like 10 books at the same time, but here you just have everything on your phone.
In our own time, we are struggling to get information.
Yet, research has shown that this generation is the only generation that has managed to perform lower than the previous one.
Because social media is distracting them. They are not focusing because of the social media. So for my book, I am, for now, I have Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, which is a one-on-one interview with Atiku Dangote, and was rated as one of the best development books in the world by Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal is the biggest and highest circulating newspaper in the United States. I also have How to Become the Best That You Can Be, which is a self-development book. Understand? Before you can do anything, you must first of all develop yourself. Understand? If you don't develop yourself, you cannot develop any other thing. So I have How to Become the Best That You Can Be. Then I also have Abuse of Power, how democracy turned into tyranny of the few. What we are practicing today is not democracy, but fascism and autocracy in the guise of democracy. So these 3 books are there. And those who are interested should send message to, should not call. I'm in the studio now, so if you are calling me, I cannot pick my call. Send WhatsApp message to 080-3577-9230. I want to repeat. Send message to 080-3577-9230. And just, I'm interested in the book.
Or simply come to VOP's office and just get a copy.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Just from the gate, you can get a copy, and it wouldn't waste your time. Thank you very much, Dr. Anosike, for your time this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay. It's still Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, and the program is Front Page Review. We've talked extensively this morning. We started out with Rufai, now Dr. Peter Anosike, and our greatest guest for today, it's time for you. So you call us now. You listening to us are our greatest guest this morning. So call us on 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. You can also call us on 0803 6929 933. 0803 6929 933. If you want to send us a WhatsApp message or call us on WhatsApp, it's 081 71 75 6338. 081 71 75 6338. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, this is Leonard Yaba.
Leonard, thank you for calling. Go on.
I salute you. I love the submissions of Anosike this morning. They are all, key and very. I like that. Now, Yangu, you were asking about you have to measure what the success of somebody.
Yeah.
If you are giving 1 million, to do something, and and then the thing you have to do is just about 100,000. So if you doing that thing halfway from without growth or weakness, that means you don't count that as success. For example, let me give you the what do you call it, the second Niger bridge. You saw the amount of money, even as it was captured by Jonathan. You saw the amount of money that was stuck into that place. And after that, APC will continue to use it as a second Niger bridge. That is not success. Let me tell you again, Nigeria. I said, you say there is no money in Nigeria. Yes, you have 500 billion. To put billion to just to go and share. That one, everybody sees that one. It's not a hidden matter. As the Northern District said, they gave them 500 billion. And he said, he's not going to touch it in a country where people are hungry. We are giving them 500 billion. That's another one. Now, let me tell you, when you hear about wishes, a wish can stay in his house, what they are known for. And you're looking into your house, and you're asking the counter of wishes. Now, everything within their place, they'll be looking into what is happening in other parties. Instead of planning on how to do Nigeria good, how to get the people to be happy. They'll be planning in other parties. Okay, look at somebody like Lamine Papa. As soon as Kujebi went to ADC, Lamine Papa started going to ADC, say want to join ADC. And I can't know you. Let me know about people to come into ADC. So, what time now? They use court and say, Lamine Papa is now the chairman of ADC. Before he knows, and then the next thing is that they are struggling. Lamine Papa wants to say, and they agree that Tinubu should be, that he is the chairman. These are the things, type of thing that Tinubu is doing. He points way everywhere. They point, and they call it strategy. You will not be asking your wishes. Wishes they will not be contented with staying in their house. They will be pointing, looking into your house, looking into everybody's house. That is how wishes behave. May God help us to come out from this shame. This is a shame. This is trying to make us play.
Thank you.
That's what he's trying to do. Let people wake up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. I can't hear you, so maybe your internet connection is not good enough. Call us back. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Matthew calling from Okapa, Atiku.
Matthew, thanks for calling us. Go ahead.
Yes. There is this political match that happened in a way. I don't know if you guys are aware of it.
Okay, the city boys, village boys.
Yeah, the village boys versus the city boys.
Tell us more about it.
Okay. There was this gathering to share palliatives to APC members and to law people to APC. Unfortunately, the village boys came to Were and chased the city boys away and carted away all those palliatives as much as you can carry. Cubano was on the run, the leader of the city boys. They all ran away from Owerri and they looted, carted away all those things. This is just a sign of how tensed up the situation is in Nigeria. APC should be very, very careful. It's a message to the city boys. Information. Owerri is governed by APC. And they want to start that sharing. The city boys, they want to start in APC. That's it. But it never worked. They are waiting for them in Abia. They are waiting for them in Anambra and the police state. Just send the message to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, well, I was hoping it will never get to this where it is us and them, us and them. It shouldn't be like that. Now, there is a caste system, sort of. We are either band A or band B. If you are rich enough, you're band A. You're not rich enough, you're band B. And you're down the ladder, you're band C and all that. Everything is in bands now. Everything is in categories now in Nigeria. And then we have the city boys. And then because of the city boys, we have the village boys. And it shouldn't be this way. We're setting dangerous precedents for ourselves that might spiral into something else. Good morning, VOP family. What is the President, the Minister of Petroleum doing to help the masses and the price of petrol keep rising due to America and Iran war? How about petrol reserve? They have been telling us. Is it to the time to release it for us? Is it not the time to release it for us as relief? Benjamin Shogunle. I don't know if our government has reserves, but well, that's where we are. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, you might just want to call us back. Hello?
Hello, Yangu.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to you, sir.
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from Alaba.
Daniel, go right ahead and talk to us.
Good. I want to ask the presidency. The Togo, have they paid our money they are owing us before in respect of power that they are coming to buy from us again? If they have paid, can't the presidency tell them that we don't have enough to use, talk less of the one to give to them? Is it because of presidency have distanced themselves from Greek? So they want to stay that portion they have distanced themselves to. And making Nigeria to be paid in darkness. Then they want to sell the remaining one that we are using to Togo. Because we need the money to fund government. Who do all this? Yangu, is it prayer? What can you tell me amount of prayer that the Nigerians can pray that God will save them from this quagmire? I don't know, but all I know that everybody get ready, get your PVC. The main war is coming 2027, so that we can vote these people out. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Yangu.
My Oga.
My name is Raf at the conference tonight town.
Ralph, thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Mr. Yangu, this government make me for you. And I tell you, you wake up every day like this, and you won't say what to make you to laugh. Say Nigeria, when we do so we don't see like I'm talking to you, I never see like since 2 days. Now you want to say God give another person. I don't understand. Or the thing when you read this news, I was like, what's the meaning of it? Like, I don't have this, but I want to sell it out. Or we that having it, I'm not getting it easily. Unaffordable it is what we're having in Nigeria. Unaffordable. And then you want to sell to another country. This is this thing we're looking for. Does it mean that this government they prefers money than the life of Nigerians? Things are really, I don't understand this type of, I've never seen them on government before. There's a video I saw in the River State where they're scattering the ADC meeting. They can't be say there's nothing like ADC in this state. It's only
Cross River.
Cross River.
Yeah.
They're going to be what kind of lifestyle is this? Since I've been in Nigeria, the issue of campaign in Nigeria is that you put my people, I put my people, you campaign in the same field and go and do my campaign in the same field until this APC come to power. And when Nigeria don't see what is going on, these guys are coming here to destroy. The people who think that we're going to power forever, even in the next 100 years, are they not going to stay on down one day? What kind of phenomenon is this one creating in Nigeria? Division in limit. I've said it before, the issue of band A by B in the city is also a part of division. So if nobody will come together to protest, because I want to protest, but nobody but A will say, we're having like, if I see it's not having like, say, as I like, no, I will do. Division everywhere. Mr. Yangu, God bless you. And bless your place and give us the platform.
God bless you too. God bless you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Yango.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Is Yossi again on the line?
You see, go on.
Mr. Yango, we don't have enough electricity generation here, and we are not consuming enough. And the government is trying to export to Togo to make money. Does that sound like, is that logical? South Africa 2022 had 207 power failure, and it became a problem to them. Now, as I speak to you right now, they are working to address it, and it has been addressed already. They are still increasing their electricity generator. Now, South African company called Ascom, they are the largest exporter of electricity in the whole of Africa, along with Egypt as well. That aside, now if Tinubu has done well, we don't need the bus movement, need the city bus movement.
Sorry, you might have to call us back because we cannot hear you anymore, and it's unfortunate. Well, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. This is Macaulay from Mapoluk.
Macaulay, go ahead.
Yeah. So, when somebody came into power, that is in a way very suspicious. And sadly that the way it's not clear. The best thing to have done is to do well to embrace people. Because surely a time like this will definitely come. So that by this time you would have won everyone's heart. Instead of that, he started to go the negative way he's going and has gone. Now trying to divide the opposition party from bringing up, stopping them. It's not bringing hardship to himself, creating problems to himself and to the people. Thereby damaging his image and own prosperity. Even if he says there, 1 million years to come, it should be recorded to him that he's been the worst leadership in the human race. That's very, very bad of him. You can see now, the other failed governors, the past governors, not their state, they've come up to work against the right man there. Then that how the evil forces are fighting against the light. And definitely, the light must consume darkness in whatever plans they go by. So in all their antics, the Nazis will surely subdue them by this 2027 that is coming up. And that's what I believe. That resilience will surely prevail over that evil weakness. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, when you ask, when you say that the president has done badly, I'm forced to ask, according to who? I'm not talking to you directly, the last caller. I'm just asking concerned Nigerians. That's according to who? Because they have made it so much so that once you belong to a party, no matter what your party member does, he is right. So if, let's say, 40 million Nigerians really have registered for APC, how many of these 40 million will tell the president the truth? Does the president actually know that people don't like so many of his policies? Does the president really know that people are hungry? Now, let me give you an example. Somebody talked about BRT buses, and she was calling on the government to provide more buses and also make it so that private individuals will not have opportunity to just rent the buses when the rest of Lagosians will be trekking or waiting on queues for a very long time for buses and all that. Lagos State has the capacity to do that. Guess what? Someone who was talking for the people was being attacked by the same people that were supposed to be supporting her. That's how we behave in Nigeria. And you know the argument? Oh, this person is not from Lagos State. She's not Yoruba. She just came from a particular part of the country not too long ago, and she's coming to tell us how to govern ourselves. So it is going to be a bad thing for the government, which has the capacity to provide more buses. I call on governments all the time on radio here, telling them that this is something that you need to do. I always use the case of Mowe to Tollgate, where the transportation is so cheap if you have access to a government bus. And the simple question is, why not give us more buses on that route? And then why not make them work at weekends as well? If you're talking about Sunday and Saturday, Muslims have a special day as Friday. Christians have a special day as Sunday. Even if the people have to have their weekends, there must be some Muslims within that can work on Sunday. There must be Christians within that system that can work on Friday. There must be people who might be neutral that can work on Saturday. So why are you saying transportation system will come to a standstill at weekends when people are suffering? So if you ask this question and somebody tells you, go back to your state and ask that question, don't come and destroy our Lagos, that's exactly what people in this entire Nigeria are doing. When you want to point out something, they'll say, go and tell your brother. Or they tell you that when your brother was there, this is what happens. So if my brother was there and I was not able to talk because of whatever reason, now if I want to talk, I don't have a right. The question is what I'm saying right or wrong? That's how we behave. So when we say the president has not performed well, how many people will tell him? How many people are telling him? How many people will show him that he's not doing well? So if you want to be part of the people who want to tell the president that you need to do better or you're not doing well, whatever language you want to use, come out in 2027 and vote. And if you vote, even if the president wins again, the margin will tell him how much people love him or do not love him. So you must have achieved your aim, whether he wins or he doesn't win. Because right now it seems as if he has no problem and he doesn't need you. That's how it is. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm not even making sense. But that's how I'm thinking. Anyway, let's see what this messages are saying. This one is quite long. I want to use this medium to thank Governor Soludo for the reintroduction of sanitation, monthly sanitation. I want to advise you, amiable governor, to kindly amend time to 7 to 9 a.m. so that the purpose can be achieved. You should also roll out names of various designated centralized places that refuse cleared can be dumped during and after the sanitation. Furthermore, Loma vehicles should be on standby to move round and evacuate refuse dump at designated places, streets, and along roadsides. Once again, we appreciate the effort of our governor towards ensuring that Lagos remains clean. I don't know how I feel about this, but I think if Loma is doing their work and we have places we can dump our refuse, a lot of people carry their refuse when they are going to work and they dump them wherever they dump them. If there are bins that they can dump them scattered all over Lagos and the people are sure to evacuate them, then I'm not even sure we will need this monthly sanitation thing. You know, you wait 1 month to be able to clean your house. Will malaria wait? Will other diseases that are born by dirt wait? It will not wait. Why can't we find something else around this? But well, finally, it's not a breaking news that most politicians in Nigeria are liars. It's also glaring that the free money spent recklessly by political office holders is the main reason they always want to remain in office. If not, how can Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa come with such a political statement that he is not interested in another term in office after waiting to hear the court rulings that has restricted him from recontesting? I don't blame him, because there are some of the lacuna in the constitution that is just an open blanket. If not, was he not in this country that after former President GJ had taken oath of office twice, that he came out to contest again in 2015? Had he won, how many times would he have taken oath of office? To be candid, I don't blame Ayedatiwa. He only wanted to try his luck according to his name. according to his name, which didn't favor him this time. Olorun Agba, wow, God bless Nigeria. Tell me to point out. Not to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, sir.
How are you? It's Peter.
Fine. Switch off your radio, please. Good. Go on. Okay, I can't hear you anymore. Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning. Sorry, that was my fault.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you. You are from Consumer, right?
Yes, I am.
Then ABC want to go and do that something, they kill them away, right?
Yes, in Bakassi.
So, and again, you must know a correct road producing that what you want to see. The federal government said no now, have you? It's not like Lagos here, being the president as a governor. I remember one particular place I moved to by first time. There's a big board there, sorry, this is federal government road. He put his picture there, where his logos, and just approach it with that of the lexicon and the great man. Think like I was laughing to myself to look at that. That's what people sorry, I want to look at. So that is the government you have now, and you still see some people actually very, very flat this time. Anybody that is supporting this government has to go to the capital and test whether because of partisanship, travel or religious bigotry. It doesn't make sense. Yesterday, I walked around. I walked around on somewhere. I see every street. You know that I walk in they're breathing that fast. I say no, and they're eating and laughing. And this is a repeated thing that you see the people with their family are living probably wrong. They are satisfied with that. Because of the certain probably you give their members every month. This one you want to say this is to Togo. Because Togo and the Republic is just like part of Yoruba. There is Lagos here. I have a very good friend, a businessman fellowship that answers question. You let me issue here, you can know. And when you are saying something, say APC style, at least it's not anything, it's a member who need to collect money. I think you just yes. I didn't say you foreigner. Yes, I said, but me, on my task, nobody has collected this 1 naira. That is the divide and rule the so-called strategies he is doing. But he has a position in the name of God and the military, if we cannot do anything. And the idea of reckoning, this is the truth. That's one for the we call, and one is saying for September, we call and begin to ask whether they shall not call from the birth of Indian nation, are they calling from Nigeria? Look at Abuja now. When military was there, they're not matter about even the fear of you to who are you to come here? But there's a threat there now. And if you do well, it's a matter of strategies. Well, we shall need to see. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day too. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Ngo.
Yes,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm not hearing you. Please, my name is Amaechi, calling you from Sangata. There's something I want to ask. Just very simple question. Somebody that always asks you, but who the president is? Who is fooling who? Are you fooling ourselves? He is not seeing or is not hearing. That is now we want to do. We want to give our Muslim brother how many palliative to share, and we say he's not hearing. God have mercy in Nigeria.
If you're talking about the rights that he's giving to Nigerians, he's giving to both Christians and Muslims. That's not even the issue. The issue is that it's going to be done by his support group. He's going to use Nigeria's money, buy the rice, Nigeria's rice, and have his support group share to Nigerians. Ramadan and Lent, that's what they said. So Christians are doing Lent and Muslims are doing Ramadan. So in that, it's not only Muslims. It's for both Muslims and Christians. But the thing is it going to be palliative for Nigerians, or is it going to be a campaign strategy? And is it going to reach other people who are in different parties? That's the question. So if I'm not APC, will I get it? That is it. So those are the issues. Not that he's partial about that one. Anybody from any religion can have it. And I'm sure I might just add, as long as you belong to APC. So, anyway, good morning, Nigerians. I'm Daniel Odu. On the issue of environmental sanitation, let the government put in place the truck that will be parking the refuse immediately after the sanitation to avoid the breeze to be taking it back from where it has been packed from. Why do we even need to wait for 1 month? Good morning, VOP. Please tell Mr. Rufai to leave President Trump alone and focus more on his brother that have succeeded in destroying Nigeria, Peter Ogbeneku from Oshodi. And this one is saying no transfer of funds to masses from government. Some banks urge many people to come and register in the banks for government grants. Since last year, we are asked to register with 2,000 naira. We are given ATM card till now, no money given to anyone. From Miriam in Lagos. Thank you, Miriam. Anyway, let's just take a break. There are so many things that we need to talk about, messages to be read, calls to be taken, and all that. But it's time now to give way for Igbo Amaka. So when we return at 10:30, we are going to continue from where we left off. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. See you at 10:30.